Hello lovely ones, welcome to Witches Be Trippin' episode 3. I am Liz Green here with you today, and I've just got a message from Carmen saying yes, bring me in. So Carmen, let me know when you're here. I've got frizzy hair and a shiny face because I've just been doing a blog post that was a bit of a ranty one, but I'm going to chat to Carmen about that today. And it was literally 2 minutes before I should have been going live, and I'm like, I don't have a cup of tea and I haven't prepared and I haven't got my chair set up with all my books and boxes on to stand my iPhone on. But I'm here and I went live at 2:22 p.m. It's funny because I watched Carmen's video from last week. Carmen, just let me know when you're here, lovely. Hopefully it'll pop up on screen. I watched Carmen's video from last week. Carmen, you're here now. And you were a couple of minutes late. You know, we've said that we'll be here at 2:22 p.m. and I'm a bit of a stickler for time, so it was 2:22. My tea is not that warm because I couldn't let the kettle boil for long enough. Does it really matter? 222 is a magical number. We're here, yay! Just hang on. Let me have a look. Oh, I could block you. Oh, I've got different options today. I can like your comment. There we go. And if I so desire, I could delete you and block you, Carmen. Don't worry, I won't. I'll...
Hiya!
Hiya, lovely. I've just been having fun. I've been having a laugh before bringing you on because I've got frizzy hair. I'm a bit sweaty and warm because I've been doing a ranty blog post. And I'm really late because I only left myself a couple of minutes. So I'm drinking lukewarm tea because I like run downstairs.
Oh, well, I'm the same today. Look at this frazzly hair. It's a frazzly Monday, but it's good.
You know, it's all good. I've put a yin yang headscarf in just to try and, you know, hide the fact that I'm the great unwashed greasy hair today. But it's fine. This is, you know, when you're working from home, and to be honest, even if I wasn't working from home, if I was going out and doing a job, I still probably wouldn't have bothered washing my hair today anyway. So
cheers to being real, Liz. Cheers to that.
Yeah, being real. And can I show you my can I do a boob shot? Because I know you love your t-shirts, Carmen. Do you like this one?
Love it.
Spiritual advisor, in case everybody's wondering what this big pink thing on my boobs is. What have you got on today? Any interesting words on your top?
No, this is like a pattern, but we're matching the colours. It's like a Japanese style pattern. I just felt I was feeling that nice flow today. You know, nice, just chilled out energy, relaxed.
I'm saying I'm warm. I'm not as warm now. I'm going to put my birthday shawl on and get comfortable. Actually,
that's it.
What I'm going to do. Feels like time just to get comfy.
Snugly, that's it.
Excuse me. Right, legs crossed, comfy. How are you doing, lovely?
I'm all right. Yeah, my sound is a bit crackly, so I'm going to try and adjust this a little bit.
I can hear you okay, so hopefully everybody out there can.
Yeah, give us a little message if you're here with us. Say hi.
I don't think we've got anybody here with us live yet, but anybody recorded can say hello.
Yeah, we'd love to meet you.
Some folks might join us. We've got there's 100 people. So we said that and joined us. Hello to whoever's here who's joined us live. That's wonderful. Magical manifesting as we go along. Yeah. So I watched your video from last week. I was on my jollies.
I know. How was it?
Oh, it's Crystal Jade. Hi, Crystal.
Hey, Crystal. I
don't know if you can see the comment. Lovely that you're here with us live. Yeah, I've had a lovely time. Really, really enjoyed it. Really glad that we're doing this today. And it was lovely to watch your video from last week this morning. Because I've definitely been having that it's like an old habit, an old cycle of, you know, you've been on holiday. It was my 40th at the weekend.
Yeah.
So party celebrations. And that conscious collective bloody energy of the Monday thing.
Yeah.
Again, you know, I'd really cleared it this morning, felt fantastic, really in flow. And it was sort of like late morning, that inkling of it coming back in, that kind of stuckness of it. But yeah, had a great week and a lovely weekend, but that's where I've been at today. You know, it's deep layers. How about you?
Yeah, well, what's interesting is, like, I was thinking this morning, about some of the things that have been coming up the last video. So yeah, last week was a good week. There's definitely some exciting things brewing. I know obviously me and you have been speaking a little bit behind the scenes about, obviously Coven meet up next Monday, which is going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, what's kind of come up that I wanted to share. I don't know if you're kind of feeling this as well, as I'm sure you've had this before, is around kind of getting a bit of resistance from other people regarding the way that we do business, the way that we, this idea of like Monday, that Monday feeling, and this is how you should do it, and this is what you should be focusing on. And actually, what I've been finding in myself, as I've been doing a lot of kind of journaling every weekend on this, is sometimes people just aren't going to get it. They aren't going to get the way that we work or the way that we're creating things. And that actually, it's better to, we're listening and we're following what's inside of us rather than necessarily, following the rules. And when these things come up, like when these thing was coming up, it was a conversation with me and someone I was really close to, and I felt that trip me a bit. I was like, oh my gosh, am I doing this wrong? Should I be, what? It was about success and about like the idea of what successful was, and and how much money we make, and how, all this stuff that I'm clearing and working through at the moment. That old energy of like, this is how business should be done, and this needs to be in place and this needs to be in place. And I felt myself distract a little bit, and I had to really go back, and this is what I wanted to share online with you, is I had to really go back and remember what it was about for me, what success was by my terms. For me, success is living the life that I love, living a life that feels good on the inside, doing what I love, sharing what I love, and making a difference in the world. That's my version of success, and I suppose that's my guiding light. And I had to kind of sit back with that and realize that, from the outside looking in, we're going to get people who don't necessarily, you guys watching, you might get people who just aren't going to understand you, or aren't understand the way that you're applying your business, or the things that you're creating, and that's okay. It doesn't decrease the value, take anything away from us. It gives us an opportunity to really get clear on our own intentions and what success means for us. And that was really powerful for me, because that's really started to shift. I know this only happened like a couple of days ago, but already that's kind of started to shift how I approach it. I sat down with my intentions that I wrote out at the start of the year again, and I just thought, okay, am I in alignment with these? Because this is my version of this, and I'm having to kind of sometimes stand firm and just let it wash over you. Let people be who they are. Let people express what they want to express, but don't necessarily internalize that or think that you have to do something different, because actually following your own way, following the way that feels best, that's your way. This is about, doing business our way, isn't it? So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
I'm laughing. I waited till the end while you're talking about. I'm chuckling, and I know you know why. I know you can feel it. I am so aligned with what you've just said, and I kid you not. And I thought it was like, I said I'd be doing this, like I'd got all these plans. Yeah. I'm a planner, anybody out there who knows me well, I do like planning. And it was my, first day back and all of that, but I just wasn't feeling some certain stuff. And then I got sent down this rabbit hole of triggering me because of people's ways of doing stuff.
Yeah.
Business. And then it was like, but that's not my way. It don't feel right. And then it's like, should I be doing that because they're doing that and that this is happening? And similar people, similar situations, but them doing it their way and me doing it my way. I sound like I'm going to sing a song, don't I? But that's what my blog post was about, literally just before I came.
Oh my gosh, I've not seen it.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a rant. I think that's why I'm chilled now again now. I've got my tea and I'm chilled. There is some rantiness in it because I had to get this stuff up and out. And you won't have seen it because I didn't finish it till like 2:20, literally. And I'll post a link for it here in this group. but it ties in with what you've been saying. And what I was sharing was all about the kind of like what business should be, as in, you know, have a funnel that
Yeah.
you send people down. And I've joked about the funnel spitting you out at the other end, and hopefully you'll spend a lot of money. All of that, and like the cyber spiders and the bots and people doing, and no offense, I don't mean to cause any offense to anybody out there, because I've done it in the past, and this is how we met. And you mentioned that on the last video. I used to do webinars online to kind of almost try and get people in my business, and I'd go and give free talks at Mind Body Spirit shows. This is like 8-9 years ago, whatever, saying I'd give stuff away for free, but then the last sort of 15 minutes at least of my talks would be upselling, la 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 la, and you can buy this and you can do this, and it just makes me go like that, because you just know that it's like you are kind of manipulative, wrong word, bit strong, but like guiding us down a yellow brick road to the wizard who's got the keys to success, the formula for manifesting, you know, whatever. And you can tell now it's just, it brings something up in me, because that isn't, I don't feel personally what I would like to do, or what I desire to do anymore. So yeah.
Love it.
We're just here, and this is how I finish off, to do what we love. And I think the thing that's like that, the key that maybe is turning the door for me personally right now, maybe it's for other, you know, lovely ladies and guys watching, and I know we've spoke about this, Carmen, is the key turning so that actually we can live a fully financially secure and pretty, you know, abundant life, and have more than enough.
Yeah.
Simply doing what we love, not having to do this old paradigm of, you know, get 1,000 people onto some webinar or meeting and you know, drive them down the sales path, or whatever you want to call it. It makes me go like that. What do you feel about what I just ranted about?
No, because it's so, this is the thing, and I think this is what I know a lot of people who I've worked with have shared this as well, is there's all this advice out there, all this stuff, right? And it's so overwhelming, especially if you're first starting out in the business. You think, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to get to, you know, the big vision? I know what I want, I know where I want to go, I know what I love to do. How do I get from where I am, you know, to there? And there's all these things and all these stepping stones. And I'm very much like you as well, Liz. You know, I love plans. I love writing down intentions and setting things in motion. However, to kind of to box it in, or to say that there's only one way of achieving this, or there's only one way, is really limiting, and it doesn't allow that freedom to be ourselves. And ultimately, you know, I know the reason why I started running Live the Magic was in order to just be myself in business. I didn't want to just create another job for myself. What I wanted to do was to find my own way of creating, my own way of expressing, my own way of doing business. And I think that's where we're at now, is we're kind of being shown, you know, because it was actually a blessing. This kind of triggering stuff really was a blessing, because what it allowed me to do was really to get clear on what success meant to me. How did I want to approach this? How did I view this differently? How, you know, and it wasn't a judgment to the other person. The way that they think about things is fine. That's how they do it. But actually, for me, and the way that I wanted to go about things was different, and that was okay. And I had to really sit with myself and allow, again, it was like, I did it in my journal. I didn't do it as a blog post, but I should release some of that stuff.
Maybe I should have done it as a private journal post, because I haven't read it back yet, and I've shared it in my private group, Shine School, but there's, you know, there's a good few hundred ladies in there, some of which may be doing some of the stuff I've highlighted that doesn't feel right to me. So yeah, but private journaling maybe is preferable, but it did feel good out.
Yeah, because you know what it is about sharing. This is why, you know, we wanted to come online, we wanted to speak about this stuff, because there will be people in your life, and maybe it's people close to you, or maybe it's people when you know, do write stuff online. You know, you get comments, or you get different points of view, and that's all over.
Okay, that's it. Each to their own. I've always been, well, I had to be a massive believer in each to their own, because I was so unique growing up, you know, the one who was strange, weird, crazy, whatever. So each to their own. It's all okay. Go on, carry on.
Yeah.
The journal.
And it is about that. It's about learning and finding your own way through it and finding what works for you, you know, because at the end of the day, it is going to be us running this business. So to try and follow the rules or fix everything or get everything in order is going to keep us stuck. And that's how it felt to me. It was like a kind of, no, you're, you know, waving your finger, you're not doing this right. You need to be doing this. You need to be doing that. And actually, that wasn't my version of success, I realised. And actually that was going to make me feel closed off. That was going to stop my, you know, me, the way that works for me, you know, the way that I create stuff has always been very different to a lot of people. And that's okay too, you know. It is about finding our own way through, and it is about defining success. And the other thing that comes for that is obviously being your own cheerleader. You know, in those moments when we are faced with, you know, people sometimes just being like, well, you know, I don't think that's the right thing to do, is being able to go, that's okay, but I'm on my side, I'm cheering myself on, this feels right for me, and I'm going to support myself, because that's really important as well. It was, you know, I think I watched like it was like a clip of this woman giving a talk, and she was saying about being your own cheerleader and how important that was. Because actually, when you do that and when you allow yourself to appreciate the way that you are doing things and the way that you are learning, when people do come up and they say, you know, things to you, it doesn't trigger you as much. Because what I realised was that was an opportunity for me to get really clear. So when we do have moments where we kind of feel a bit triggered, this is not right for me, a really good thing to do, and this is what I was doing in my journal, was to write out, okay, well, this is what's going on, and then to reframe it. So go, okay, well, this is showing me, what do I want? What does success mean for me? How, you know, what is it about this thing that actually I want to look at differently? How would I like things to be? Because that really gave me a lot of clarity. And that's now how I'm moving forward, because I can see the places that needed a little bit of a, you know, a rejig, because we always do. These are part, you know, everyone's a mirror. So they were just reflecting a part of me that still believes in that stuff, that still believes I should be doing this or I should be doing that. And actually it was going, okay, sit with yourself, find out what's going on, look at this and go, okay, do I need to adjust this, or do I need to look at it in a different way, and allow yourself to really get clear on your values. That's about values in business, isn't it? And about, what success means to you. I think everyone who runs their own business, spend a bit of time getting a bit of clarity about what's the end goal. Like, what do you want to feel? How do you want to be working on a day-to-day basis? You know, who do you want to be working with? What kind of things do you want to be doing with them? And allow yourself to explore that a little bit, because actually it might be completely different to the way you're currently working in your business or the way that you've been taught. So just, give yourself a bit of space to explore that, and to, be all right with finding your own way. And cheering yourself on is really important, and we're here to cheer you all on as well, because that's part of it, and that's one of the things that we wanted to create, wasn't it, with your business, was that support, because having that is really, really important.
Yeah, and like we discovered this is only the second video we've done together, but the first one, I think I shared something, I read my new thing, I read our page out, that was it, I read our page out for our private group and community that we're creating and putting out there and offering, and it felt good to have that, like, that sounds really good, because often you can feel alone, and it is good to cheer yourself on, but it's good to have others to cheer you along as well. And you know, especially when you do share something that's a little bit edgy, or you know, something that you've been really triggered by, especially as well, it's good then to have that, you know, that sisterhood, that support, who from, like, you know, from you, from our other fellow witches in business, who can be like, actually, you've spoke the truth there, that's your truth, and that resonates with me in this way or the other way. It's all good. That's what I keep getting whenever I've done something like this. It's like I've done something, that's how I feel, it triggers me. I'll just say to myself, it's all good, and I guess in a way that's me cheering myself on as well. So if we, you know, reassure ourselves that it is okay. we're right where we're meant to be, sharing what we're meant to be sharing. But yeah, I love what you said about doing what success is to us, how we define it ourselves, and what it's all about, what feels right.
Yeah.
I keep getting, I always get the guidance, like there's no coincidence that my first book was about connecting with your inner truth, because that's what I kept going back to. It was like, well, whose truth is this?
Yeah.
Who said we have to do X, Y, and Z to get A, B, and C? Do you know what I mean? Who defined that? You know, I know there's practical magic involved in business, and you know, marketing and getting out there and people seeing us. You know, if I'm just sat cross-legged on my sofa, not speaking to anybody and not doing anything or not sharing anything and journaling it all privately, then it's very unlikely somebody's going to come knocking at my door and say, I'd like some coaching. You know, we create. This is our art through words and what we share, create. So yes, there's the inspired action and the doing and all of that, but there's got to be a different way. To me, hopefully, this is the way.
Yeah.
You know, and it's funny because as I say that, Mandy's been here and Crystal, hello lovely ones, but I don't think anybody's with us live. And I'm having one of those fantastic comedy moments, Carmen, that I've got to share with you.
Go on.
What just popped into my head when I was thinking about it, it's like, bloody hell, Liz and Carmen are going to be here 1 or 2 years down the line and nobody will be watching.
Just be us, like, oh.
They won't do webinars. They don't have funnels. Carmen doesn't even have a website. You know, as you mentioned in your last video, I'm updating mine and all of that. But it was one of those comedy moments where it's like, okay, so are we going to evolve doing this? Are our businesses going to evolve? Well, mine certainly is and has. And I know yours has and is. Yeah, we have dips and troughs and ups and downs and all of that. But things are changing and shifting.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not in a huge way. But what do you feel? You know, they feel to be moving.
They're definitely moving, they're definitely shifting. And again, I think the reason why is because we finally got to the point, you know, the reason why we started this was to go, right, enough of trying to fit in those boxes, enough of trying to follow the rules, because we've done that. For a long time, we've done that. We've tried to work things out, we've tried to get things in order, and it's not felt right. And if it's not feeling right, then how, you know, we only get, it's like how I see it is you can only get so far, and you get to a point and you're like, oh, actually, you know, something needs to change, something needs to shift. And this is another level to that. I think there's a part of business where I think it's the same across, you know, you guys let us know what you think about this. But there comes a point where you go, do you know what? If I'm going to do this, I've got to do it, and I've got to do it my way. And that's where I think we reach, and I think that's where this is all coming from. The energy that comes from that, come from that already. I mean, the fact that today, you know, it came up, there was 100 of us in here. I mean, we started this, 2 weeks ago, Liz? Just over 2 weeks ago. I mean, it's crazy, and it's been lovely, the support that we've had for this. And, you know, people come to us and said, oh, this is just what I've been waiting for. You know, this space. This is exactly what me and you were waiting for as well, weren't it, Liz? And this is what it's about. We all have inside of us exactly what we need in order to create the lives, whatever it is that you're wanting to create, you have already inside of you. But it's just sometimes the hardest part is just breaking down those things that aren't us. Do you know what I mean?
I was just, as you said that, I was pointing at my head because when you said the hardest thing, and I've kept saying this so much this last few months, it's what goes off in our clever brain. That's the hard thing. It's like reverse brainwashing, because I mentioned brainwashing in my blog post, and I even used to say that at the beginning of my talk all those years ago. I don't know if you can remember, Carmen. I'd say, I'm going to brainwash you all here today. It was like a play on words. And then I'd say, I'm going to wash your brains of the things that no longer serve you.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of that, because it was like we've been, in a sense, in business, brainwashed into believing, especially like for me, the current runs really strong because I used to work in sales and I used to work in print, and we printed all the stuff that sold things to people. And then obviously my upbringing, door knocking, Jehovah's Witness, you know, wanting to get people interested and all of that. So that current runs really strong with me. So there's no coincidence that I'm here with you sharing this. Get to the point, Liz. I was saying something then, Karen. There was a point to all. It's the brainwashing. It's like, so reversing that brainwashing that we have to fit ourselves into a particular little box or big box or do certain things to get certain results, because actually that's just a belief system.
Yeah.
And it's just programming to release. And hopefully by being here and us speaking about this, you know, putting a thread through the eye of the needle, and me doing like my blog post, you sharing what you share, hopefully we're going to reach a point where we've got 1 million viewers and millions of pounds in our bank account.
That's it. That's it. Cheers to that. Cheers to that, Green.
Going up, having a cup of tea with frizzy hair and saying it how it is.
And that's it. That's it as well. You know, it can be challenging. It can, especially, you know, let's be honest. There's a part of us, definitely part of me, that when I put something out there, it is. I spoke about this last week. Actually, it's so synchronistic. About, it's very, you know, you feel very vulnerable, and you feel like, you know, you've given a part of yourself, put a bit of yourself out there, and if someone comes and they kind of, you know, resisting that or pushing against that, that can make you feel a bit like, oh, and make you question yourself and think, actually, you know, am I doing things right? Am I on the right path? No, you know that because you're doing it inside of yourself. And again, this is about strengthening and finding our own way through it, and our own way when we do come up, when people do, because there's lots of different people in the world, and the people who find us, obviously those of you who come online and watch us, you may not agree with everything me and Liz share or the way that we do things, because that's the way that we do things. That's perfectly fine. But it's finding a kind of a way to be true to who we are, rather than worrying too much about all that other stuff, because all the other stuff is just belief systems. And the more we kind of start to pull bits out, and we start to, you know, notice when we're triggered, and we work through that, and we find our way through that, and we find new ways of working, new our own ways of that feel better to us, that's when we'll really have those big shifts. And I think that's what's starting to happen now. And you can see a lot of this happening in, you know, in the wider business world. Things aren't working the way that they used to anymore. I mean, there was a big thing about Facebook and, you know, Facebook advertising and people not being seen now, and all this stuff's come up in the last few months. And again, I think what this calls for is a bit of innovation, you know, and thinking about, when it comes down to it, it is about innovation. It's about bringing that stuff inside of these new ideas, these new movements, and letting that out. And that, again, can run through the things that we create and the way that we support people, but also, you know, in terms of the way that we run our business. So, you know, this is a learning thing for me and you, isn't it, Liz? When we, you know, we come online, we share this each week. We never know what we're going to say, and I think it's so perfect. Me and you haven't seen each other, have we, at all, or spoke, but that we're going through similar things are coming up. And obviously when we share these videos, we hope for those of you who watch, you know, if you are resonating with this, if this is the kind of thing that's coming up, don't let the doubters, don't let the people who have, you know, let them have their opinion, take on bits of, you know, if it feels right to you, listen, obviously take on advice if it feels good. But believe in yourself, you know that if it feels right to you in the way that you're doing things, you know, you might want to change and grow them, of course, because, you know, we all do as we move forward and we grow. But actually, it's all right. It's all right to be you. There's nothing that you need to add to yourself. It's about finding that, strengthening that vision, strengthening that idea of what is successful to me, what is, you know, my business about, what is my big, you know, my big why, my big vision, and staying in alignment with that, staying true to what it is inside of you that wants to come out. Because when we do that, that's the best thing that we can do. I think that runs through life and business, really. So
I do as well. Sorry, I had a delay in what I was saying then because my screen was flashing. I don't know if you can see that.
No, it didn't come up.
I'll be honest, I got distracted then. I was listening.
Ugly. This is so us. Oh my god.
Do you know what though? I love what you said about us, because I haven't seen you since I haven't seen you since we actually decided to do this, have I?
No.
In person. We don't live a million miles away, but I think the last time we actually spoke was live 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I watched your video from last week this morning, caught up on that, and I was like, so synchronistic again. So we're just co-creating this and sharing it and putting ourselves out there to see what happens, really. Because we can't stay stuck. This is the thing. And this is what our discussion was all those weeks ago, only 3 weeks ago, that we can't stay stuck. Well, I physically can't because it hurts now. It's like if something's coming up, got to speak about it, got to move through it. And I'm certain that's not just us, Carmen, you know? So let's keep going. Let's keep doing this. And I did message you this morning, but my brain's that fried now. I've got my heater on as well, and it's a halogen heater. This is why I'm glowing. And it's like a big sun in the corner of my attic room. And I think I get a bit mesmerised with it. So I'm brain fried. But I did send you a message. I'm going to bring it up on my messenger, because I said we could discuss this live on our video as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, so people can see. So the third witch in the triangle offline is our witchy friend Karen. So there was an email between the three of us discussing next Monday. So I just feel I want to mention that because next Monday, I know Carmen's mentioned it already, but we're going to be live. So you can join us live and in person if you're local to us. And we're having it's called the Witches in Business Coven. Is that right? I've got that right. Yeah, and that'll be at 1 p.m. till 3 p.m. next Monday at Karen's house in Emley, which is West Yorkshire. Not far from, you're from Sheffield, aren't you, Carmen?
Yeah.
I'm from Upper Denby, which is kind of in between Wakefield, Barnsley and Sheffield. And Emily's heading more over Wakefield way. So anybody watching this who wants to join us next Monday afternoon, that's going to be the very first Witches in Business Coven. So we're planning that.
Yeah, really excited.
Hang on a minute. I'm planning it because neither of you have replied to me. Oh my goodness me, I sent that at 11:45 this morning. Neither of you replied. I started off with planning witch here and the emoji with the glasses on. Anyway, on to our email. So what did I say now? Where's it gone? Hang on, I've messed my messenger up now. I'll have to log back in because I pressed on something else. It's good to have a pause for a moment, isn't it?
A breath.
Here we are, messages. Yeah, I feel like today, and I'm getting this a lot more now. I don't know if you've been getting it, Carmen, and maybe comment if any of you other lovely people out there have. It's like my days feel longer because I'm not just kind of frittering my time. And I noticed earlier on I was frittering my time looking at some stuff what didn't align with me, and it was feeling more and more uncomfortable. But I feel like everything I do has much more meaning now. My day feels much longer, and I'm like, oh, okay, so it's only whatever time. Do you know what I mean? That's why I'm not remembering stuff as much because it feels like ages ago. Like my videos I made this morning, because this week I'm doing 5 days of magical manifesting, a free thing I'm doing in my sisterhood. I made videos this morning, and that feels like days ago now. So yeah, I'll just have a quick look at this email and jog my memory. Oh, that was it. It was about an inspired idea. So shall I share a little insight to start with about what I did before I went on holiday?
Yeah.
You know, about my pricing, because we spoke about that, I think, on email, but not on video. So I think it was actually the day before we went away, I decided I don't like the word slash, because it also means to have a piss, doesn't it? Slashed my prices. I like the word reduced. What other word can I use, Carmen? My prices. Can you think of a word? Anyway, made my prices smaller. A lot of the stuff, funnily enough, that I've been, might have been reading or hearing or whatever, it's all been about increasing your prices.
Yeah.
And must value yourself, value your time, and one-to-ones especially should be very high value, and all of this. Training last year, whatever, I'd changed stuff. And I was doing my coaching still, but I wasn't doing as much coaching, and I felt stuck. And yes, I was receiving more money for coaching, but for me personally, my truth is I'd rather be doing more coaching and be more accessible to more women, have sky-high prices. So it was just like, do you know what? I'm just going back to basics. Probably where I used to be with my pricing years ago. But oh my, it felt so, so good. So, so good. And then whilst I was on holiday last week, it was like, do you know what? I'm going to open the doors to my paid monthly membership group and do a free trial. So I started that today. We're doing free 5 days of magical manifesting and let people come in, let people experience it, which really is what we're doing here, isn't it? You know, we're sharing here more time-wise than we will probably in the future when we've got our closed community growing. Do you agree, Carmen?
Yeah, I do agree.
Mark, I've gone, do you agree, Carmen? Belts and braces at 110%. I've got my proper corporate head on, and
I love it. I love this, Liz.
So yeah, my inspired idea was so that until we get about 20 members in our paid membership community, which is a monthly membership everybody who's watching, and it's only £1,000 a month. I just want to let you know that here today. And if you decide you want to join, we'll pop you in a funnel and we'll bring you down the funnel and send out automated emails. No, I'm only joking. It's only £22 a month. But what we've said is that it'd be nice, because there's only me and Carmen in there at the moment, if we do a free trial. So at the end of our weekly videos each week, we're going to invite you all, if you want to be part of the private community, where we're going to do, go on, it's called the, go on, Carmen, what's the private?
Which is in business support circle.
That's it, I was saying community, and it's not, it's a support circle. Yeah, so the Witches in Business support circle, so that you can come and have you heard my cats? By the way, they're having a proper scream. So you can come and have a 7-day free trial. Yeah. And that's what I messaged you about. And we're going to be doing, I think we've got like 2 or 3 different events to create in there as well.
Yeah.
Your business tree one that you mentioned the other week, I thought we could do some spick and span your biz for spring, planting seeds in your business for spring as well. So we're having a really good clear out, some seed planting and different themes each week. And then I asked, what say you, lovely? So go on, what did you think of everything I put on there?
I love that. I think it's a really good idea. I think that feels right. It feels like we want to open up this space. You know, want you guys to be experiencing what because ultimately, you know, me and Liz wanted to create something because it feels good. It feels good because we know that this is, you know, we're getting a lot from doing this. We're sharing what's coming up for us, and these tools that we'll share with you guys are tools that we use ourselves, aren't they, Liz? In our own lives, in our own businesses. So 7 days, I think we were talking about the seven's a magical number. I think it gives you guys a chance to get to know us and get some support and see what you think and see what you feel being in that space with us. I think that's really nice. It feels very expansive as well, because, you know, we love to do this. We'd love to, you know, to share this stuff with more people. So yeah, we'd love to you come and join us. Come and have a trial in our support circle, because I think I'm really excited about it. And me and Liz, you know, this is something that felt right to do. We wanted to do some stuff that was online, and obviously then the in-person in the Coven as well. So yeah, I think the 7 days free trial. I think it's nice, you know, for me, I'd like to do that. That's something that I'd be, you know, come and try us out and see what you feel. And also then you get to connect with other people, you know, in the support circle as well. Because, you know, me and Liz are obviously, we're local-ish to each other, but having an online community has been really, really important for both me and Liz, because, you know, you may not be local to Sheffield, may not be able to make, you know, our meetings, but this is another way of connecting, having that support and sisterhood, you know, online through the support circle as well.
Yeah, I'm if you can hear kerfuffle going off behind me, it's because Levi.
You know.
Yeah, Levi, if you mix the letters up in Levi, it also spells evil, and he's got like his proper evil streak going on. He's been like climbing up the wall outside the attic room. He's now jumped into a box and he's screaming in the background. So that's why I was messing around. But yeah, it feels, like you said, it feels expansive. And this is how I felt about my Shine Sisterhood. Because, you know, it's like that. that was it. That's what brought it to my kind of attention while I was on holiday. Netflix, like things like Netflix, Amazon. I got a free offer for Amazon Prime, and I got my books the next day, ready for my holiday. I was really chuffed. And it's that kind of like, you know, we do like to have a trial.
Yeah.
It's like just opening the doors for anybody who wants to come and join, so it feels unrestricted. And then, you know, at the end of the 7 days, you'll get a message from me or Carmen saying, do you fancy carrying on? Here's the sign up. Like I say, it isn't really £1,000. It's £22 a month. Oh, my other cat's here now. Come say hi. Come on, witches cats. But it feels nice, doesn't it? Just to say, right, here we are. This is what we're doing. And hopefully, I mean, we're still going to be sharing our weekly Monday videos here in Witchy Business, publicly. But we're probably going to transition more into sharing more of the coaching and support and in-depth stuff over in the private group.
Yeah.
And did we say we were going to do that on a Monday as well after we'd been live on the page? Yeah,
we're going to do it straight afterwards on a Monday.
Yeah, so probably be live here for a bit less time. So funny, so funny. Come on, say hi, perform for the camera. Animals, just everybody watching's probably thinking, I bet she hasn't really got cats. Just doing the witchy thing. Shall I introduce you? You boys. We've gone downstairs. Would you believe it?
That's so funny. They've just run off. The camera shy.
The camera shy. Anyway, they'll be wanting to go out, so I better not be here too much longer. But yeah, we're going to set the events up, aren't we, over in the private group?
Yeah.
And let's see where it flows. And this is Witch Business in action. We're sort of setting our intentions, saying it out loud what we'd love to happen, putting it out there, and let's see what happens. And and that's how the magic happens. And this is what we're going to encourage everybody to do in it, Carmen, to come and in the private group as well. Like, I just, you know, make it, people are invited to make their own videos, because that's so powerful, isn't it? I remember the first few videos I did, it felt so liberating. Yeah. So, did you say anything else today, Carmen?
Pardon?
Did you want to say anything else today?
Yeah, no, I just wanted, again, just about the coven next Monday. I'm really, really excited. If you are able to make it, we do have an event, which I'll post attached to this video at the end. But also let me and Liz know if you've got any kind of questions. I'm obviously coming from Sheffield, so do let us know if you're coming from, where you're coming from, if you are wanting to attend, because we'd love to have you there. And we're doing it, it's open, isn't it, to anyone, any witches in business, whatever, you know, whatever your business is. We'd just love to meet you and get to know you. So yeah, I just want to share a little bit more about that. So that's next Monday at between 1 and 3 p.m. And we, if you let us know, we'll obviously send you the address a little bit closer to the time as well.
Yeah, and I'll be picking you up from the train station, won't I, Carmen? So if anybody, there's trains that land in Denbighdale about half an hour before the coven starts. So I'll be at the train station, and I've got space for a few more of you in the car. And it's going to be lovely. I don't know we haven't discussed what we're going to do video-wise next week, because obviously while we're normally live here on the page, we'll be in person at the coven. So we'll probably do a little hello video, I would think.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how that flows. And if by then some of you have taken up the 7-day free trial in the private support circle, I remember what it's called now, then we'll arrange either on the Monday morning or one of the other days next week to do some more dedicated coaching with all in there as well. So I'll post a link here on the page for the Witches in Business Support Circle. I've already shared the event. It's here on the page, but I'll share that again. I will have to share my post publicly that I shared in Shine School, because I'm going to share it here. So I'm going to just do that and put it out there. And I've got some cards today. I thought I'd pick as a card.
Yeah, lovely.
Because I know we said, like, well, we'll be picking the card in person next week, so maybe we can video that.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, that'd be nice.
So because my blog was inspired by money, I've picked the Money and the Law of Attraction cards. And just to let everybody know who's watching, my kind of theme, what I'm offering for the next couple of weeks, is related to money. So on Wednesday this week, which is the 14th of February, Valentine's Day, I'm doing a Magical Money Shine class. And then next week we start the 5 days of Magical Money Shine. So I'll share some links for that as well. Have you got anything else coming up, Carmen, while I'm shuffling the cards that you wanted to, any other offerings you want to let people know?
I do. I have. So we have the new moon happening at the end of the week. So I think it falls on, I think it's the transition between Thursday and Friday. So on Friday in Sheffield, I do have an in-person new moon meetup, which is a fantastic event for anyone. Anyone is welcome to come and join that. But it's really based around setting intentions, you know, planting seeds, growing our ideas and sharing and getting a bit of support in person as well. And the moon, everyone who comes to the moon meetings, really, really lovely group. And they're set in a beautiful venue in Sheffield called the Goddess Temple. And that's such a nice space. That's happening Friday evening. I think it's 6 until 7:30. So I'll share a little link to that. You can come and let me know if you do want to attend. And I actually run these events on a donation basis. It's a suggested donation of £5, but you can pay as much or as little as you feel, because I wanted that to be open and accessible, and that felt right for me. So if you are local to Sheffield and you want to work with the moon cycle and want to connect with me a little bit, come and join me, because I'd love that. That'd be awesome. And it's going to be a fantastic thing happening obviously just before our coven as well on Monday, Liz. So I'll definitely be setting some intentions for that as well.
Fabulous. Well, I think we've set some intentions between us as well today, haven't we? And on my message to us three, including Karen as well, I think I might have just put this one on an earlier message. I don't know if you were on this, Cam, but I said, well, look, if nobody ends up joining us on Monday, then we can plan for our next meetup, because it's the first one we've done.
Yeah.
So hopefully some lovely people will come and join us, and I hope you have a wonderful moon meetup as well.
Thank you.
It's a bit easier for my stuff because the majority of my stuff's online, you know. So if I do now, and I didn't used to, I get more and more people joining me now, which is amazing, and I'm very thankful for that. I'm very grateful for that. But sometimes I didn't always used to, but because it's online, I could just, you know, hang out myself for a bit. And nobody knew. But we've done that at coffee shops as well, and it's all good, isn't it? Right, shall I read the card that I
Love
chose?
It.
It says, so perfect for what we've been talking about today. It says, whenever I'm feeling good, I'm attracting good.
Love it.
Whenever I'm feeling good, I'm attracting good. It says, when you think a thought of upliftment or abundance, have you heard my dog's barking now as well? It's nearly time to go, Liz. The animals are saying so. When you think a thought of upliftment or abundance or well-being, you are filled with a feeling of positive emotion. You may trust the way that you feel as the indicator as to which side of this subject, which is really two subjects, you are on, whether it is the subject of money or lack of it, or health or lack of it, or a relationship or lack of one. Always, when you feel good, you're in the place of attracting that which you are wanting.
Love it.
That I'll photograph that and post it in the group, and we'll see you over in the support circle for your free trial if that's where you want to be. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next Monday, Carmen.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Yay! Lots of love. Thanks for watching.
Lots of love.
Comments, whatever you want to say, bring it to the party, and we'll see you where we see you, lovely ones. And I'll see you next time, Carmen.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.